entrepreneurship is the current buzzword, and government is calling for more self-starters to boost the economy, and established businesses looking to assist by partnering with small business owners for the same reason. And one such company is Yoco. The company is assisting small businesses by helping them deal with the challenges many startup owners experience while providing innovative methods to help solve them. We're joined now by Yoco's capital lead, Adam Duxbury. Adam, good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for joining us. Anybody who's interfaced or interacted with a small business, you'll see a device. It almost is the size of a credit card, or maybe it comes in different shapes and sizes, but it enables you to transact and to make payments. So Yoco, tell us the history behind it and why you then came up with this particular innovation to help small businesses.
Yoco is 10 years old, and first of all, good afternoon, Cindy, and everyone listening. So Yoco is 10 years old. The first product and really space that we came into was payments, which is what you just spoke about. But the innovation that we're talking about today and celebrating our 2 billion rand milestone is Yoco Capital. Since 2018, we have offered Yoco merchants, 50,000 of them, over 2 billion rand in advances. And this has really been a key enabler to these merchants' growth, enabling them to deal with challenges like load shedding, but also to stimulate their growth.
Okay, so are you technically a bank, so to speak, but specifically for small businesses?
No, we are not a bank. We are a financial platform, and we offer payments and financing solutions, which are similar to banking solutions, but no, Yoco is not a regulated bank.
All right, so as a funding platform, you obviously come with very strict regulations as well, and the criteria, because ultimately you would want to have your money back. So how do you assess, especially small businesses that qualify for your funding or assistance?
Well, so I really think this is the magic in Yoco Capital. In an industry first, what we're able to do is look at a merchant's transacting history with Yoco. We don't require you to fill in any forms. We don't require you to share your bank statements or any history. We don't do credit checks. But based on your trading history through your Yoco device, we can assess your business's affordability. So in other words, we can make sure that you can be offered just the right amount of money that's not too much, but also enough to help stimulate your growth and get you through a challenging period. The way that we collect funds back is by deducting a percentage of your daily sales over a period of time until the upfront agreed upon amount and fee are repaid. So in other words, if a business goes through a slower period, they will actually reduce payments. And on a day that they make no sales, if the shop is closed, for example, there will be no deductions made. So this flexibility and convenience is an industry first and has been quite a game changer for our merchants, and also enables this unique collection strategy, enables us to collect those funds.
But how sustainable is it? As you mentioned, God forbid we have another pandemic or outbreak that would shut down businesses, specifically your members that may be owing, from your capital fund. How then do you ensure the sustainability of it?
So, of course, we do accept some level of risk, and there is a cost inherent in that. We know that some businesses go through a challenging time and may not be able to repay. And this has proven to be sustainable and has proven to be in good interest for both our merchants and for the business through some really tragic times. For example, COVID, the KZN floods, load shedding crisis, etc. So we seem to have weathered these storms so far, which I really would put down to the resilience of our merchants and of the South African small business economy.
Yeah, and for South Africans who want, we have all sorts of campaigns, Proudly South Africa, Buy Local, and also, understanding that small businesses are really at the nerve center of creating employment and sustainability as well. But the barriers, the difficult or challenges small businesses face because of the red tape, bureaucracy and requirements, as you're saying, you mentioned about 3-year financials that are audited, which puts a lot of unnecessary burden on small businesses. So yours is really a game changer, Adam. And is that part of the reason, with looking at how development financial institutions operate, that you came up with the capital structure?
Yes, absolutely. I think really the origin of the capital idea comes from our merchants. We spend a lot of time understanding and deeply integrating ourselves into their businesses, into their workflows, and into their needs. In a survey we did, 40% of merchants said that they need some sort of additional financing. And that's a big number, right? That may not be being served by the incumbent banks and may not have access to other funding that can get them through a tricky period or can enable them to grow. And the flexible nature of the product, the fact that it's pre-approved and very convenient, these are already things that merchants asked for and which we built the product in order to try and deliver. And we think we've done a great job so far. We're very proud, but we still have a long way to go. And there's still a lot more that we can do.
And when you refer to merchants, which sectors are you referring to? Is it all product? Is it manufacturing? Or is it serviced merchants as well, or those in the services industry?
Yeah, so we operate across industry. We see a lot of food and beverage, drink, hospitality, retail merchants in our base. They are typically small businesses. You can do the math with the 2 billion rand disbursement to 50,000 merchants. The average advance size is around 40,000 rand. So these are businesses for whom 40,000 rand is a sum of money that they can afford to repay back, but also is a sum of money that can help stimulate their growth. So yes, it's typically a small business, typically 1 to a few employees, but across multiple industries from services, retail, food and drink, etc.
Yeah, and all other interventions that we've seen, from not only ring fencing finances for small businesses or women empowerment funds, etc., have they at least moved the needle when it comes to not only supporting small businesses, but the economic inclusion of those that were previously marginalized?
Absolutely. If you look at the way that we evaluate a business, it's purely based on that business's turnover, which is really a merit-based kind of assessment, if you like. I think that there are some incredible initiatives beyond and outside of Yoco that we try and give our merchants access to where possible that can really try and turn the tide on these challenges that you speak of.
And is it only exclusive to South African businesses, or is it all that live and operate in the country?
Yes, so Yoco is currently operating only in South Africa, and Yoco Capital is only available to Yoco merchants or merchants that are doing sales through their Yoco card machines.
All right, and talk us through that process of becoming a Yoco merchant. Obviously, you would have to have a registered business, or at least have, banking processes specifically for the business, and be able to manage your finances as well.
Yes, so you do need a bank account in order to have your Yoco daily funds settled into, but you don't need to be a registered business to become a Yoco merchant. You can simply go to yoco.com, our website, and you can sign up very easily, very quickly, order yourself a card machine or get access to online payments, and you'll be set in just a couple of days with your card machine arriving. And if you are a registered business, you go through slightly more stringent KYC requirements, which of course is within the regulatory requirements. But it really is a simple, quick process that any merchant, even a sole proprietor, can go through and get access to accepting payments, and over time, Yoco Capital too.
And who are your friends or your key stakeholders with deep pockets that enabled you to have at least 2 billion rand accessible to your merchants?
Yes, so we have 2 fantastic Yoco Capital partners in Lululand and Retail Capital, who are South African fintechs. We also, of course, have external funding that are Yoco funders, essentially, so international players, the likes of TPG, who have funded the Yoco business over the years.
All right, Adam, thank you so much indeed for your time. Really appreciate it. And I'm sure this is like music to the ears of small businesses that would need a capital injection from time to time. That's Yoco's capital lead, Adam Duxbury, talking about the Yoco Capital, 2 billion rand that is now accessible to small businesses.